Today I have the privilege of being in the Racquet League and in the company of Dr. Glen T. Matin. Could you tell us what you do in life?
I'm a professor of philosophy at Redford University in Virginia, and I'm chairperson of the Peace Studies program at Redford.
Okay.
And I also work with three various organizations, which is pro bono work. That's not my professional work, is being a professor of philosophy.
And it's one of the three you founded or you've been working with?
Well, I started working with the World Constitution and Parliament Association in 1995. I saw a full-page ad in a magazine about it, and immediately, because I had spent my life concerned with peace, world peace and peace studies, immediately this struck me that here was a real possibility for peace in the world. And it was the World Constitution and Parliament Association, which works for a democratic world government under the Constitution for the Federation of Earth.
What made you believe that this could be the one for peace?
Well, I had been, since I was an undergraduate, I had been thinking about peace issues. I was a conscientious objector to war and it was during the Vietnam War time when they had a draft, and I refused to go in the U.S. military. So I'd been thinking about peace for all those years, and there didn't seem to be any way that peace could literally be established, at least not before the world has a nuclear holocaust or a third world war or environmental collapse or something like that. And when I discovered the Earth Constitution, I realized that here is an effective solution that human beings could actually transform the world situation in a positive way.
Well, could you explain to us a little bit more in detail what it is?
The World Constitution was written by thousands of world citizens working together, led by Philip Isely and Terence Amorsinghi and Reinhard Ruge, who were the leaders of that movement. They met in 4 constituent assemblies beginning in 1968 around the world. They had citizens around the world coming to these assemblies. The second one was in 1977 and 1979 in Colombo, Sri Lanka, and finally 1991 in Troia, Portugal, when they had finished. After those 23 years, they had finally finished this document, which, in my view, as a professor and scholar, is one of the finest documents, maybe the most important and finest document produced by the 20th century. Because it's a brilliant constitution that will ensure democracy for the world, freedom for the world, environmental protection for the world, and end war in the world.
So how does the organization deal with these problematics per se?
The World Constitution and Parliament Association sponsors the Earth Constitution. One of the main things they've done under the authority of that Constitution is create sessions of the Provisional World Parliament. And it began in 1982 in Brighton, England, the first session, and we've gone through 12 sessions. The 12th session was just a year and a half ago in Kolkata, and we've got the 13th session of the Parliament coming up in Lucknow, India, in December of this year.
Could you tell us more or less what happens in those sessions?
The Constitution for the Federation of Earth has an article which allows the people and nations of the earth to ratify it democratically. You can't impose anything upon the people of Earth. It has to be democratically ratified. But in Article 19, it gives us the obligation to begin the Earth Federation government here and now, and begin elaborating that. And the way that we have done that, primarily to date, is through developing a provisional world parliament.
Who are the people that are participating or can participate?
Anybody who is anybody can come. Anybody can be a speaker there, but there are 2 categories observers who are not allowed to vote on prospective legislation, and delegates, those people who have signed the Earth Constitution and are coming because they're representatives of the people of Earth and a new world system under the Constitution. So if they're signatories to the Constitution, they can vote on proposed legislation.